Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Tawana Andrew here with you this morning, and things are looking pretty good overall across our area. So let's talk a little bit more about what we are seeing right now and what we're going to see as we head over the next couple of days. So, yes, continue to just comment this morning. Ask me any questions that you have about the forecast for this week. I know a lot of people are really focused in chance for Wednesday and for Thanksgiving. And Carrie, yes, good morning. It is early. I'm filling in for Carson today, so things a little bit earlier than what we usually have going on. But hey, overall, not a bad way to start off this week and end the weekend. We are watching this though right now on our Skytrack camera. This is the fog that has been developing across portions of our region this morning. It is patchy, but it has been locally dense. So we're now getting to the point, now that the sun is up over the horizon, that as temperatures warm up, that fog is starting to mix out. And yes, fog mixes out, it does not burn off. It mixes out as temperatures rise, and you start to see that dew point getting further away from the actual temperature. That is why we see that morning fog mixing out on days like this. So overall, what we're looking at across the area, yes, that patchy fog, we're watching it for those of you like you just saw on that New Albany Skytrack camera in the Floyd County area, parts of Clark County, up into Washington County as well, and even down towards Hardin County, getting in on some of that patchy fog for this morning. So thankfully, it's not incredibly dense, but it's something that can still slow you down for those of you heading out and about. Maybe you're going to brunch, maybe you're going to an early church service. This is just something that you want to make sure that you're aware of and you're watching for. Other than that, we got upper level clouds overhead. And what this means is that that filtered sunshine is going to be around the area. Yesterday, we were dealing with just, low clouds. It was cold. We had that drizzle going on. Ooh, it was a lot. But yes, we're now seeing the upper level clouds drifting through, and that means more sunshine across the region for today. We have high pressure fully in control of everything right now. So that means we are going to stay dry for today. Now, that area of low pressure you see in the corner of your screen, though, that will be the catalyst for our next rain chance, which arrives tomorrow. So overall, right now we're quiet. We have the upper level clouds. We're getting some of that sunshine. Beautiful day. Tomorrow will be a different scenario. We're cold this morning as well. I am the kind of person that once we get below 50 degrees, I'm like, I'm going to need to bundle up as much as possible. But for some of you, now is when you really start to kick in and get the winter weather gear ready to go. We're seeing those 30s in most spots. Still, though, Corden has been our cold spot all morning long. Still is in the 20s, but I'm sure that some of our valleys, especially our typical cold spots, are also in those upper 20s where we don't have sensors. As we head over the rest of today, we are going to quickly warm up. We'll keep that mix of sun and clouds, those upper level clouds overhead throughout the day. Temperatures climbing into the 50s for most of us. The metro can hit 60 degrees. That's entirely possible. It just will depend on how these clouds move throughout the day. But for most of us, though, talking 50s, which is a lot better than the 30s and 40s that we had yesterday. So we are going to be talking about a little bit more of the pleasant weather for today compared to the cold and the gloom that we had yesterday. Ellen, good morning to you as well. If Wave still, your comment makes me so happy. If Wave still showed Star Trek at 11 a.m. on Sundays, I'd have plans. Yeah, I'm that old. First off, you are not old. We are not old until we've passed. That is my view on it, first. Second, Star Trek on a Sunday morning does not sound like a bad idea. That sounds like fantastic plans. Overall, now you're making me want to go back and watch some of that. The old school Star Trek, especially Voyager, was one of my favorites. So I am even more of a nerd. I'm showcasing that. For those of you heading out, maybe tonight, maybe you work the overnight shift, just a heads up, as we get into tomorrow morning, we're going to actually see temperatures dropping down into the 40s for most of us as we approach midnight. But then that southerly wind really kicks in tomorrow morning, especially as we approach sunrise. And that means we will actually warm up into the upper 40s and low 50s by the time the sun comes up. So a little bit of a different flow of your temperature showing up for the overnight hours. What we're going to be looking at getting into tomorrow. So for those of you maybe who have to work tomorrow, maybe you're traveling tomorrow, you're getting in on that pre-Thanksgiving travel a little bit early. In the morning hours, we do have a little bit more of those areas of drizzle, the clouds overhead. So a dreary start to your Monday, that's for sure. We get into the afternoon. We get past 2, 3 o'clock. Here comes that rain starting to ramp up across the area. We're going to watch for more of these showers pushing through as we get into the afternoon. So right around the time of the evening commute, oh, wonderful. We're going to see some more of that rain taking over. So after 5, 6 o'clock, here comes these showers developing even more. Going to continue to keep an eye on more of these rounds of rain through about 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow night. And then we calm down. Getting towards midnight, all of that rain starts to move out as the front moves out of our area as well. It's going to take a lot of those clouds with it too. Now, as we continue to keep an eye on the temperatures, only going to climb into the upper 50s and low 60s for tomorrow afternoon. That will happen right as that rain starts to move in. And once that rain moves in, we're going to drop further down into the 50s. So it is going to be a cool and rainy afternoon across the area. And we'll watch temperatures continue to drop even more getting into your Monday night. As the clouds start to clear, we're going to see 30s getting into Tuesday morning. So talking a little bit more about what we're going to see in terms of rainfall, this is not going to be heavy rainfall at all for your Monday. We're mainly talking less than 1/4 of an inch of rain. And that is it with that system. It will also be a bit breezy tomorrow with some of these wind gusts near 20 to 25 miles per hour across the area. So the wind will be there, but it won't be super strong. So there will be some times though, as we get into tomorrow afternoon, where it's just going to feel like it's raining sideways. But at least we are not dealing with a lot of heavy rain in that scenario. We get past that, it's about the cold weather on Tuesday. So for those of you out and about on Tuesday, maybe you're getting some last minute grocery shopping done then. This is most likely when I will be doing it. It'll be sunny, temperatures in the 40s for highs. Overall, not too shabby there. Now, this is what we're going to be looking at, and this is when I'm going to be answering Joseph's question. So Joseph is asking, is Thursday going to be safe for travel? And it just depends on where you're going, Joseph. So I'm going to break down what we're going to be looking at. So in terms of the morning hours, if you're traveling on Wednesday morning before Thanksgiving, you should be okay. Especially if you're going east, north, or south. If you are driving, you'll be okay. Now, if you're heading west, that's a different story, because that is where this batch of rain will be coming from, and that will cause some issues. So maybe you're heading over to St. Louis or anywhere west of our region. That is where you can run into some issues come Wednesday morning. We get into Wednesday afternoon. This is when the rain starts to take over our area. We'll be watching this low tracking across the country, bringing more of those rain chances going up as we get into Wednesday afternoon and evening. A little bit more so Wednesday night to Thursday looks to be better rain chances. Once we get into Thursday itself, here comes that rain completely taking over with this area of low pressure sitting over us. It does look to be just rain as of right now. Now, the track of this low will be key. If it goes further to the south, this does give us a better chance to see wintry weather mixing in. If this low tracks further to the north, then we have a better chance for some thunderstorms coming into play. So the track of this low and the timing of this low will be key to everything, which is why we're just always recommending to be weather aware. Because sometimes at this time of the year, these lows like to speed up or slow down, and that can make for some decent changes in the forecast. But overall, as of right now, this low looks to track right through Tennessee and into Kentucky. And as it does so, it brings us that cold rain. But then we head into your Thursday morning. Notice how quickly that low really pushes off towards the east. However, that moisture is still around. We can still have the rain really just wrapping around this low. We get on the backside of it and still dealing with some of that rain as we head into your Thursday. Now, some of that moisture on the really northern side of it could feature a little bit of some wintry weather, so some snow trying to mix in. So for those of you maybe traveling in the morning hours on Thursday, especially up towards Indy, over towards Cincinnati, maybe even you're heading towards St. Louis, this is where you can get in on that wintry mix trying to show up then. But once again, we're going to be looking at the track of that system pretty closely. But notice what happens by the time we reach Thursday night. The modeling is speeding everything up. So by Thursday night, we'll be a lot drier, and we'll be keeping things dry into Black Friday too. Now, I'm not going to rule out the potential for a few areas of flurries or a couple of isolated snow showers, just depending on the speed of that system. But overall, things, once we get into Black Friday, for those of you, trying to get them deals, you're going to have to bundle up. But at least things are looking good. Yes. And Carrie, you are commenting the important thing, the thing that is getting to me a little bit, is that cold weather coming for Monday and Tuesday of next week. So here's a couple of things that we're going to be watching for the end of the 10-day. There is the potential for a clipper on Sunday. So next Sunday, we could be dealing with a clipper, this area of low pressure quickly diving into and through our area. The question is, will it have enough moisture with it for it to bring us the potential for some snow showers? The chance is there. We are watching it very closely because these types of systems, these clipper systems, we don't really get the best view of them until we're about 36 hours out of them actually moving through our area. They are one of those things that just tends to be a little bit harder to forecast, especially as we're getting through late fall into early winter. They're just a little bit more complicated because the moisture content has to be perfect. You have to have the track of them perfect enough to tap into that moisture. Also, they have to go right along the border of where we have that warm and cold air for them to really bring us that potential for some snow. So a lot to watch with that. So based on what we're looking at right now, Sunday, we do have that potential for some spotty snow showers if that low is able to dive south enough. If it stays further to our north, then we'll be quiet for Sunday. But regardless of the track that it goes through, the end of this upcoming weekend, so the holiday weekend and into next week, looking to be substantially colder with highs only in the upper 20s and low 30s. And we could be dealing with lows in the teens across the area. I am probably going to need to get a heated blanket. Maybe just get myself something early Christmas gift because, yeah, it looks incredibly cold for the end of this upcoming weekend and into the beginning of next week. So plan ahead for that, especially maybe for those of you coming back from the Thanksgiving holiday on Sunday. You want to make sure that you're checking the forecast just in case you'll be driving through any of that mess, and we don't want that for you. So overall, a lot to watch over the next 10 days. For those of you traveling before Thanksgiving, watch that Wednesday forecast. We'll see how quickly it moves in. With things starting to speed up, we could start to see some of that rain as early as Wednesday afternoon, but by Thursday night, drier. So for those of you maybe thinking about frying a turkey like Marissa is, she's very focused in on this frying turkey situation when it comes to the forecast. You're going to have to plan for that rain and potentially north of Louisville, a little bit of a wintry mix. Once we get past that, shopping looks good for Black Friday. Even into Cyber Monday, the weather is going to be perfect for us to stay inside and get those deals online. So we'll be all good on that regard. But thank you for everyone. If you have any extra questions, make sure you put them in the comments. I will go back and answer them later on this morning, but I'm going to have to head back out because we have another show starting in just half an hour and I have to look at the new data coming in. So for the latest information, I'll be on Sunrise with Marissa for the latest and what's coming our way as we head throughout the next 10 days and into next week. So much to watch across our area, so much to pay attention to. So for those of you getting ready for your day, just make sure that you are staying weather aware, you are planning ahead, and you are watching the forecast very closely as we head throughout the next 10 days. So for those of you planning, we'll be updating the Wave Weather app first. That's going to be the first spot for you to get all the information that you need. And if anything else pops up, any changes start to pop up across the area, we'll make sure to let you know. So I hope everyone has an absolutely wonderful Sunday. Stay warm, grab the sunglasses, enjoy this beautiful sunnier weather while we have it, because you know around here, the nice stuff don't last very long at all. So have a great day, have a great weekend, and of course I will see you in just half an hour on Sunrise and then again tomorrow.